Hey everyone, Bradley tuning in, coming at you with another live video. I want to answer the question, are we dealing with speculation or are the prices just really good in Toronto? Why is it that we're up 28% year over year? Leave your comments, let me know what you think. Do you think it's a speculation issue or do you think it's a pricing issue? Let me give you some numbers before I jump right into this, all right? So looking over the last year, what I've seen from the month of July, well, we saw a drop in sales, and I've done videos on this, of about 40%. That's a pretty substantial drop, but the condos in Toronto are only down 28. So what does that mean? And then the prices of across Toronto are down 5%, but yet the condos are up in the month of July 23%. That's a lot. So what's with the discrepancy? And cookies. Don't mind if I do. Awesome. I'm actually looking to give you guys an update as well of August, because we're halfway now. What I'm finding is there's a lot more activity now. I know we were talking about this at the end of July, beginning of August, but I just want to assure you guys the production is going up a lot, actually more than I expected. So it'll be interesting to see the numbers when August is released. Yeah. All right, so without further ado, let's talk about the City of Toronto. Now, looking over the next 20 years, they're expecting a doubling in the population. Let me just get in here and get some privacy. You know, no better place to be private than on Facebook Live. Public settings, you know? Awesome. Okay, perfect. So I want to talk about the speculation side, and I want to talk about the affordability side. Now, looking at affordability, what we're seeing is, I guess, two major groups that are kind of coming into Toronto. One is those first-time home buyers or young professionals that are looking to move into the city. It's really convenient to have the location, but there's also, it removes the need for maintenance or work on the property with their busy schedules as they raise a family and whatnot. And they can also get in quicker because it's more affordable. But looking also on the other side, the complete flip is these retirees, and we're seeing a lot of retirees who are pulling back and they're saying, you know what, let's sell these low-rise homes where I've built a lot of equity over my lifetime and just live a little more carefree of a life, be able to lock the doors and just kind of go peace of mind, travel the world, whatever they plan on doing. And it's really creating this opportunity for them. So this is speaking to the affordability side, right? We're a world-class city. I like to consider us a bit of a teenager. We're kind of in this weird bubble where we're trying to compete with these world cities like Singapore, New York, London, but the prices aren't really there yet, and we're trying to figure out what does that look like at the global stage. But it's definitely a place where people want to live relative to the world. Okay, so this is looking at the affordability, and I think there is some truth behind the natural growth, but clearly it's happening at a pace that's far exceeding new jobs coming on the market, which is usually an indicator of how fast real estate should be growing. It should be in line with these wage increases. So I don't know if you guys know this, but the average condo in Toronto has actually surpassed 500,000. We sit around 532,000 throughout the city of Toronto. But if you were to take an average family making $75,000 a year, they could only afford $420,000 of a condo. So one of the concerns that I have, and this is kind of where we're trying to figure out, are we a world-class city competing at international level, or are we dealing with local families? Because it's clearly far exceeding what they can afford, and they're being priced out of the average condominium market. I want to leave you guys with 3 points here. First off, 28% growth in Toronto and for the condo market is simply unsustainable. We know that earlier this year, we saw it in the low-rise side, they were up 30%. So I want to create, whether it's assurance, I don't know if this is going to be relieving or not, but let's face reality, 28% is not going to continue. In fact, even in July, we saw it drop down to 23%, so there is a bit of a slowdown happening. The other thing is, let's assume it did go up 28% this year. Where that would leave us is an average condo price of over $680,000. What happens at a certain point is they'll end up reaching, because of the speed that the condos are growing while the low-rise have been going slower, is they'll reach those limits where it no longer is financially worth it to purchase a condo when you can get a very similar low-rise product. So there's going to become a natural glass ceiling that will follow. I tend to think it'll happen in about a year's time, just from everything that I've considered. But I'll leave it up to you to make your decisions on what you think. There's definitely, that's the third point, there's definitely an upper limit as far as that growth rate being faster than everyone else. But who knows? We're coming into a really busy August and September. It could mean anything for the market. Could pick up sooner than I thought with these interest rates and all these changes. We'll have to stay tuned and find out. Next week, I'm going to be in PEI giving an update from there. I'll show you where we're staying. We're going on a 10-day East Coast trip. So really excited to share that with you. I hope you guys have a great week. Again, leave your comments. Do you think we're being run by speculation in the City of Toronto condos at this growth rate, or do you think it's led because it's been so affordable and so people are moving downwards into these condos or getting in the market sooner? Leave your comments. Make sure you guys subscribe. Tune in next week. Keep it real.